Hey YouTube, I just want to talk about honesty and integrity. As you can see here, I am. I actually have on a belly shirt up under here. Remember, I had been working out and they took that away from me. I'm not exactly sure as to why, but I just want to put this on a stand really quickly so that you can take a look at what I'm about to display for you. So I put it on a stand. Let me just see something here. It's up. Okay. So here I am. As you can see, I have not changed. I'm just, see that? I was trying to get rid of that it's not a lot, but it's enough at Planet Fitness. So I just ate too, so I gotta let it digest. Well, it's actually closer, so I just ate. But again, remember I was telling you about integrity and honesty and morals and values. And this bag here, see, after my Fetch app, Fetch actually deleted my account. But the good thing is that I had already recorded my information on another social media site so that I could not be blamed for whatever. Take a look at this bag. Do you see it? This bag, amazingly holds, let me get the rest of some other receipts. This is a bag full of purchase receipts. This isn't the original bag that I showed you. This is a second bag because the other bag that I showed you, I loaded it to Fetch. So when people come and say, you do this, you do that, but you really don't, like my recent purchases, but you really don't, I just throw the receipts in this bag and I keep them. As I told you last night that the homeless are targeted. Not all homeless steal. I don't steal. I try to utilize whatever anybody gives me, whatever I'm able to make during a temporary assignment in my best benefit. A thing of soap only costs $1.99. And that one bar would last me at least a week. So you're looking at 2 times 4, that's $8 in a month for a bar of soap. Or some Vaseline. They're all travel sizes. So I try to utilize that to my benefit because the travel sizes are a lot cheaper than toting around the actual product itself. So don't think that, or let me rephrase that, don't label all displaced people. Not all of us like to stink. Not all of us steal. A lot of us still value integrity, morals, ethics, goals. I'm going to take it off the stand now. Or maybe I could just prop it up. A lot of us still value those things, but it was taken away. So as you see where I'm at, like I said, I save by washing the clothes. They're absolutely clean right now. And then I wash like my blankets. Now I don't have my black sheet because I have no idea where it is. So we'll have to find another one day. But as you just saw, that is a bag of receipts from me just after I got done loading the Fetch app. So whatever I buy, I just chuck the receipt in the bag and I tote the receipts around with me. So when you've seen those videos of me being stopped inside of the stores and calling me different names like Silencia, Cynthia, Aquila, that's not me. As you heard one day, I kind of ripped Target's AP apart. I did because I don't steal. I'm almost 50 years old. And the one thing that I know is how to budget. So if you gave me $8, I can get a meal out of that and some hair product. So I'm standing here. Yep, I'm completely natural. So there's not much that I need to do to my hair. I need some edge control, but I can go without it because once I put the cream on, it's straight. But please stop labeling me. Please stop doing that. And I've been telling Minnesota that day in and day out, and they still don't understand it. Just like I'm not homeless, I'm renting an apartment. They're looking for a way to try to jail me. And to try to jail, and see, you go in jail, you can die for any reason. They could beat you and say you tried to escape. They could beat you and say you tried to harm a CO. See, this way, I'm covering myself. So I'm standing here. See, no pregnant belly. A little bit disappointed in the state and the country, to be honest. But they telling you that I'm nasty, I'm filthy. No, I'm not. Not at all. Not at all. The last time I washed my hair was about a week ago, and that's still not bad. I mean, I don't wash my hair every day. Of course, I wouldn't wash my hair every day because then it would zap all of the proteins out of my hair and my hair will be completely dry. And that is not what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get it to grow, in which it is. So the last time I washed my hair is when I actually washed the clothes that I wear. And that's about all I want to talk about. I mean, there's nothing too much exciting. I'm sure you've seen the last videos where the cops approached me, blase Skippy. I mean, I've talked about cruel and unusual punishment. It is. If you don't have a place to go, it's cruel and unusual punishment. And then to have a ticket set on top of you, it's cruel and unusual punishment. To continue to sit up there and say that, oh, she smokes. Oh, we didn't give her a house because she's a menace. How am I a menace? I just proved I'm sitting in a seat. I told you the truth. Today I went to the Senate. If you're interested, take a look at LinkedIn. It's under Cecilia Lewis, CECILIA LEWIS. You will see, or excuse me, hear the conversation that I had in regards to the Human Services Division of the Senate. I dropped off the confirmation of me not being able to even apply for public housing up here to the senator who controls or governs the homeless programs. So if I already have a house and I'm homeless, which means that whomever is in the home, they're actually committing identity theft. And when I go sit down in a place to try to be warm, and then you send your law enforcement to me, or your law enforcement continues to come to me, that's harassment in itself because you already know I'm in a house, but I'm outside. And then you try to slap a ticket, then harsh penalties for what? Ma'am, can you not bother anybody? In the back of your mind, where is your humanity? There is none. Isn't that what you said? But what they're not realizing is if you would have given me a job, I have the capability of paying full market rent, and that full market rent would not have bothered whomever is utilizing my name in an apartment in Eagan. But once again, they didn't read their books. So there is no way that they would have known that. They just try to continue to pile a lie on top of a lie on top of a lie until the entire bottom or the foundation of that lie crashes, in which that is exactly what is happening right now. I still might not have anybody in this world to help me, but the one thing I'm going to continue to do is to stand on my First Amendment right. Eventually, they're going to try to take that away as well. So I'm going to stand on my First Amendment right, my freedom of expression. As I told the senator's assistant today, I said, this is a timely matter. You stated that I did not comply. Here's the information showing that I did. You know, you say that if you're going to make a phone call, make a phone call. But I need a place to stay. So when I go sit where I sit tonight, I don't need anybody and everybody calling the cops on me, because you know already that I'm in a house, but I'm actually not in a house. So now you sound mentally unstable. So it sounds like my clothes are done. Yep, let me open the lid. And 1 second, okay? Coat. I got one of my backpacks, the smaller one. I can't actually wash the bigger one because I had to fix the zipper. So I'll wipe it off. One second. I'll be right back with you. I'm actually just putting my things in the dryer so I can get and sit down. So back to what I was saying. How can you even approach me when you know already the circumstances? I mean, I don't care what branch of government you're affiliated with. You know exactly what has transpired. And then you come and you still try to, utilize these certain techniques, in order to create a mental illness situation. No, you're creating anger. You're creating frustration. You're creating malice. You're creating everything but what you're looking for. So what they do is they actually go around, they look at your hands. Now you see the back of my fingers? There are no burn marks, but you can see the old calluses. I have no problem working with my hands. And because of the situations, I've become more of a nail biter than I was when I was a young child. So do you see any burns? But you do see calluses. These calluses come from when I was in Wisconsin working on equipment. And it also comes here from when I do get the sporadic positions, I'm utilizing my hands in lifting without any type of covering. So at this point, I'm starting to begin to wonder what is going on. So I'm standing up here in the laundromat doing my YouTube video, discussing everything that I've done, this week besides the Career Center. I'll be right back. And wondering what is going on in the minds of individual people. And you can't wonder what's going on with them. The only thing that you can actually do is deal with yourself. And I've been doing that. And everything positive that I do for some strange reason, is taken away. I don't, and then like when they bought me a gift card, can I pray with you? You can do whatever you want. Thank you for the gift card. That doesn't necessarily mean I'm going to close my eyes and pray. And that has nothing to do with Christianity. But if you go back to the before Christ years, Christianity bought out every other religion. Christianity wanted to be a part of everything. If you weren't a Christian, you were evil. You were condemned to jail. You were condemned to death. You might have gotten a limb cut off. And I'm not speaking against the religion itself. I'm just talking about the minds of individual people in certain particular groups, and not to say just them. Hopefully, if everything goes well, when I took the information to the Senate, back to that subject, I'll be able to get into my house. I might not have nothing in my house, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to take you on a journey right with me and let you watch and see and allow you to see me build. And the thing is that one thing I've never lost is my gratitude, gratefulness for anything that anybody has done for me. But I cannot be grateful for the pain. But one thing I can do is I can be thankful that I've had the ability to endure the pain and to stand up and to be a woman of integrity, honesty, and number one, courage. No matter what my skin color might be. You might not like me, but the one thing that you are going to do is respect me. You cannot tell me that I cannot be a part of society when your forefathers said that I can. You can't tell me that I can't have a house when your forefathers said that I can. If you're telling me that, then what you need to do is, you didn't read enough, and I know you didn't. Because you need to sign it. You need to, do some surveying. And what I mean by that, back into a business term, surveying your market. See how many people want you to abolish the First Amendment, the Eighth Amendment, the 14th Amendment, the Civil Rights Act, which coincides with the 14th Amendment. I guarantee you don't get one signature. Because if that is the case, what it will do is it will also take away the rights of the majority, which is the Caucasian race. Back to what I was saying, I'm hoping I get a phone call tomorrow saying, Cecilia, we're sorry. We made a mistake. Can you meet such and such and such here at this point in time so that they can take you and they can do whatever in regards to some stability in your life? If that happens tomorrow, I will take you on my journey. Now, remember when I told you, YouTube, I've never gotten any subsidies? I have tried to work with these people. If you don't recall, my income median with the education that I do have is $58,500 and some change to $71,000 a year. But for some unknown reason, I haven't been able to even make over $1,800 in a year. And I've never had that. So if you are, let's talk about government here for a minute. In sociology, we learned that what your mother did, you will do. What your father did, you will do. They never said that there's a possibility or an inkling, of a decision that you might not. They said, this is what it is. This is how it is. And I don't know what they based that survey off of, because it was a very one-sided. So you're saying because I'm African American, all African Americans have to live in the projects. Yep, I grew up in the projects. But what I did not do is I did not raise my children in the projects, because I felt as if it was a crutch. And what I mean by a crutch is that teaching your kids how to budget there's 4 weeks in a month. 1 week there's rent and bills, 1 week there's household supplies, 1 week there's food, and then 1 week there's clothing and entertainment. Teaching this to my children was probably the best thing I ever did, because if you notice Wisconsin, they doing damn good, and they didn't learn it on their own. But you said that I was such a bad mother. Houses nice, aren't they? Nicely decorated. They got it from their mom. How they take care of their kids, they got it from their mom. People just don't learn things on their own. They can observe, but who were they around? They got it from their mom. And for everything that's been done to me, I will ask the question why, but I'm not answering the question why anymore. I'm not a child. There's no reason for me to come to you as if you're my mother and ask you, why can't I have? I'm an adult, and adults act responsibly. And what I mean by responsibly, we read, we investigate. And the investigation that I've done, I've weighed my pros, I've weighed my cons, I've written down information. You know, even though they stole my other diaries, I still have a diary of thoughts that I've written and wondering why. And none of anything that I've done in my lifetime accounts for me being homeless, accounts for the numerous of tickets that have been written against my name, accounts for me being called a drug addict, accounts for people disrespecting me. So again, I hope nobody opened up my dryer. I hope nobody opened up. You didn't open up this dryer, did you? Oh, you used the cart? Yeah. Oh, I'm good. Yep. So, none of it accounts for any of the abuse that has been received by the system. And I do believe that I have already discussed shell corporations with you. You can't utilize an individual as a shell because it violates the 14th Amendment right. Cruel and unusual punishment violates my freedom of individuality. Violates a lot. I can keep going. But again, your forefathers wrote this information. And I'm just utilizing it to aid my situation in which I'm doing nothing wrong. So tonight, I want you to think about me. Think about me, okay? Think about when you're laid in your comfortable bed, looking at your television, your flat screen. That's probably not even paid off yet, but that's your business. Think about me. Think about me walking the streets, going from riding one bus to the other until I'm able to sleep or until I'm able to sneak or sit in a place just to be comfortable to wait till a 3 o'clock bus so that I can go to sleep. Think about me. Think about me. Think about how it feels to walk all day, every day. Sit inside of a restaurant and you buy something to eat and then you buy something else because you're really not hungry, but you don't want them to say that you're not there for any purpose. Think about me. And I'm going to get off of here. You can see my eyes are tearing up. Think about me when I have to deal with not one officer, but 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 surrounding me, as if I've committed a mass capital offense, a felony class A, murder in the first degree. Think about me. Think about me. Think about when I want to get up in the morning, I'm off the bus, but but I still got maybe 20 minutes to get to a stop to where I need to use the bathroom, but I have to bypass multiple stops because of what you saw on the previous video, YouTube. Think about me. And then by the time I make it to the door of the stop, I've tinkled a little bit on myself. So I have no other choice but to take my pants down and to clean myself. Think about me. Think about it. Walk in my shoes and see if you're able to do so. I doubt it. I doubt it. And then maintain a still positive, optimistic outlook on life. Think about it. I doubt you would. You'd be like a few other people. We're dangling off a bridge. They're needing to call SWAT. They're needing to call Suicide Watch. Think about me, because that's where you would have been by now. And I'm not there yet. So that means that my mother taught me you regret nothing, especially when you've done nothing wrong. My mother taught me that. She taught me when you've done nothing wrong, you don't feel regret. You keep moving. You let nothing stop you. And that is exactly what I have done. Think about me. You know, when they call, you know, and the sad part about this whole entire situation is, like I said, you knew I already had an apartment. You knew that I was homeless because I'm a victim of identity theft, which I've already filed multiple times. You knew. But then yet still, you allow your police force to come to me and continue to write tickets. Like I got an email for a case that I'm dealing with right now. The first photo they show me, every photo they show me it is me, but it's years ago. Like one photo they showed me is from last year. But they were saying it's recent, but it's not. Think about me. Think about all the defamation, the scrutiny that I've had to endure throughout this entire situation. You're trying to create a God. What if I don't want it? Think about it. After 12 years, I've already been through shelters. I can name them all. I can tell you how awful they are. I can tell you how when you go in and the air is not pure, whatever they're blowing and pumping. I remember being at the Salvation Army in Minneapolis in 2014. I left there and I stayed with a friend. I had gotten so thin because I wouldn't eat the food because there were roaches in the food. Think about me. So if you're thinking that, like I said, I've posted, you might want to take a look at my Facebook. You might want to take a look at my YouTube. I haven't been on TikTok in quite a while. I have a Pinterest. I haven't been on there in quite some time. But you might want to take a look. The pieces are there. The puzzle is already together. It has already been framed to show that there is no mental instability here. It shows just complete abuse. Now, my concern at this point, I want to sue. I really do. I want to file a lawsuit. And the lawsuit, in turn, would be just a violation of numerous rights. And it would coincide with cases that were from Virginia. I could not use Roe versus Wade because they've overturned that. And there was a couple of other cases that pertained to civil rights when it came to the 14th, the 8th, and the First Amendment. There were only about 5. The very first case took place in 1865. So my concern is if I wanted to find a lawyer, they wouldn't do it. They wouldn't take it. But I guarantee you, if I don't mean any harm, and this is not meant to be a biased statement, if I was a different color, they would pick it up. I'm entitled to some sort of compensation, not just a house in a subsidized area. You have a good day.